Hi guys, John Richards here. How to cope with feeling unfocused and overwhelmed. Man, that's a toughie, because I've struggled with that a lot. I have ADHD, just like a lot of people do, and I see it as a gift, because there's ways that you can control this, and I'm going to share with you how you do that. So the first thing you need to do is you need to meditate. And I mean meditate every single day. I do this 7 days a week. That allows you to silence your mind, slow it down so you can think. So the first thing you need to do every day, block it into your calendar. One of the things that you can really control when you're not focused and you're overwhelmed is to block everything into your calendar. Don't just do a do list, because guess what you're going to do? You're going to go to the easiest things. If you do what's hard, life becomes easy. If you do what's easy, life becomes hard. Think about that. So start meditating, first of all. And I meditate for 10 minutes. I used to meditate for 20. Sometimes I meditate for 30. It ranges. But any type of meditation at all is going to silence your mind, slow it down so you can start thinking. Second thing that I do, and I just started doing this a few months ago, and it's been life-changing. I read it in a great book called The Tools of Titan by Tim Ferriss. It's called Morning Pages. Now, it's journaling. You can journal any way you want, but I use something called Morning Pages, and it's where I freehand journal on 3 pages. So basically, I can sit and I can list out things that I'm struggling with, and I can identify the steps I need to take to complete them. I mean, it's life-changing. I do this first thing in the morning before I ever, during my morning routine. It's part of my morning routine. So as soon as usually I've meditated, and then, I visualize my goals, and then I pray, and then I usually make a cup of coffee, and I come in, and I sit down and do morning pages, and I write for 3 pages, and just freehand, and I can figure out my schedule, and maybe a better schedule, a better way to do things, different processes for things that I'm doing, how to train somebody better, how to work out better. All those things can be done through journaling. Look up Morning Pages. Just go to YouTube and check it out, man. It's amazing. It's life-changing. If I could tell you, meditation's incredible. That's step 1. But morning pages or journaling is step 2, is a big thing. Then lastly, what I do at the end of every single day, I plan tomorrow today. Okay? You don't want to wake up in the morning and try to figure out what to do. That'll make you extremely unfocused, and that'll make you extremely overwhelmed. Okay? So the first thing I do at the end of the day, okay, I'm doing my end of the day routine. I have a routine. I have a morning routine. Then I have an end of the day routine. You should create processes for everything and create habits out of that, and it'll create a really extraordinary life for you. Okay, so what I do is I sit down and I write down the 3 most important things I need to do tomorrow. Okay? And they got to be needle movers. It's not cleaning off my desk or mowing the yard or raking the leaves or cleaning the gutters. No. It's 3 things that I need to do tomorrow that really are going to change things. And I make sure that I allow myself 4.5 hours every morning to do this. Now, mine goes into 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but what I do is I have 3 90-minute blocks where I do these things, okay? My first one is at 6 to 7:30. Like I said, I get up extremely early and do a morning routine. Then I go to the gym. The second one is 10:30 till 12. And then the third one is 12:30 till 2. Because some things you can't do first thing in the morning. So maybe my most important thing is to make 20 calls. Well, you don't want to call somebody at 6 o'clock in the morning. They're going to be extremely upset. So I would do that from my 12:30 till 2 o'clock time. But if that's my most important thing for the day, I need to make sure that gets done. So if I don't get the second one done, I make sure I stop at 12:30 and I get that done. I honor my calendar. Okay, once I've identified what the 3 most important things are, I ask myself, what's the must? What's the one thing I need to get done? And that is done through the focusing question. And the focusing question comes from a great book by Gary Keller and Jay Papasan called The One Thing. If you've not read that book, definitely go out and get that book. It's an incredible book, probably one of the best books I've ever read. And the focusing question goes like this. What's the one thing I can do tomorrow such that by doing it, everything else is easier or unnecessary? What's the one thing? One thing. It's priority, not priorities, right? What's the one thing I can do? So it can't be overwhelming, something you can't do. I can do. It means you got to be able to do this, such that by doing it, once I do it, everything else is easier or unnecessary. It'll eliminate some things. That's what you call identifying your lead domino, that thing that's really going to move things. And a lead domino is kind of like this. I heard Tim Ferriss say this, and I think it's pretty incredible. He says it's like you're driving down the road in a car, okay? And your mirrors broke off the side, okay? And your defroster's not working, okay? And your tire is going flat. Which one of those is your one thing? The lead domino. If you said the tire, you're absolutely right. Because think about this. The mirror broken off, you can turn back and look out the back window, right? If your defroster's not working, you could roll down the window, okay? But if that tire goes flat, you're dead in the water. That's what a lead domino is. So if you think about this, start living by priority, first of all. Don't just do a bunch of stuff, because you're not going to get anything done. And this is how you focus, okay? How to cope with unfocused time and being overwhelmed. You got to have time blocks. You got to have this stuff blocked in. Trust me, I'm ADHD, like a lot of people are. And I had a life coach a while back who specialized in ADHD. And the first thing she taught me is to create routines. So my routine is Monday through Friday, 6:30 till 6 to 7:30, 10:30 till 12, and 12:30 till 2. So basically my day is done by 2 o'clock. The average person doesn't get any more than 4 hours of productive work done a day. Now I do have myself scheduled till 5 o'clock, but that allows me time to have a lunch, to take a break, maybe to take a nap, maybe to do some self training, maybe do some training or coaching with people in my group, whatever it is, whatever it is, maybe read, take a walk, whatever. And then I end my day at 5 o'clock, okay? That's how you become productive. That's how you stay out of being unfocused and overwhelmed. Slow it down with meditation, slow it down with journaling, think everything through, and then identify what are those 3 most important things you need to do. What's the one must? Put them on your calendar. Think about this. Now you're in control, man. Now the key is honoring your calendar. I was in a program called Insane Productivity with Darren Hardy, and I heard him say he hasn't answered the phone in 10 years. How many of you answer the phone as soon as somebody calls? I'm going to tell you to stop doing that. I have. Because here's what happens. When you answer the phone, you're reacting. You don't know what their agenda is. You don't even know what they want. So you're answering the phone and you're on a phone call for 30 minutes and it's nothing important. Nothing that has to do with your most important work. Okay? So what I suggest is let it go to voicemail. When you're done with your most important work, then call them back on your time. And you'll know because they've left you a voicemail. You know why you're calling them. Okay? So until your one thing is done, everything else is a distraction. Until these 3 things are done, everything else is a distraction. I heard Evan Carmichael say the other day on a video. I watch him a lot because, he's one of my mentors. Doesn't know me, but he's a mentor because I love what he does. And he said he hasn't had a cell phone for 10 years, because you got to teach people how to communicate with you, and that's a big one. People become unfocused and overwhelmed because you're reacting to other people's problems, so stop doing that. Hey guys, if you like this video, make sure you do me a major favor and give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and make sure you click the bell on the side so you get notifications of any other videos. I hope you like how I do my videos. It's all about the process. Life is a process, right? Okay, make sure you comment. Tell me maybe other videos you'd like me to do, or talk on this a little more, or how you stay unfocused and or how you get from being unfocused and overwhelmed. And if you like what I'm sharing here, go out and click the link below in the description. Get on my private email list. I share a lot of great stuff with my email list. All the videos that I have, I share. Any great content that I have, I share. Any great stuff that I find out on the internet, I share. So if you like that kind of stuff and like to be motivated, make sure you click on my link below in the description. Go over and get on my private email list. I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.